This episode of Checking In With is sponsored by Pizza Packet. Enjoyed by millions nationwide, Pizza Packet provides portion-controlled, prepackaged spice and Parmesan packets. Made with only premium quality ingredients, Pizza Packet is the most convenient and most cost-effective way to provide added value to your customers. During these challenging times, every penny counts. Pizza Packet saves you time and money and is a much more hygienic and sanitary option over dirty shakers. Check out pizzapacket.com for all of your packaging needs.
Hi, and welcome to Checking In With. I am your host, Denise Greer, Executive Editor here at Pizza Today, and we're on the line with Jon Bortles of Woody's Wood-Fired Pizza in Golden, Colorado. How's it going, Jon?
I'm doing great, thanks. How y'all doing?
Hey, we're hanging in there. I'm still home, so.
Hey, Jon.
Morning.
All right, so the big question of the day, how's it going at Woody's, man?
You know, it's going. Like everybody, it's been a little bit of a whirlwind, but all things considered, I think we're getting the hang of the new normal here.
Yeah, absolutely. So I've got to say, how about that timing on launching your carryout container? Jeremy, have you seen this container that they had lifted into their patio?
I have not seen it yet. You told me about it, but I have not physically seen it with my own eyes yet.
Why don't you tell us about it a little bit, Jon?
Sure. Yeah, we really lucked out. I kind of joke that it was kind of like Noah and the Ark, that we built this thing before we even knew the rains were coming, but better to be lucky than good sometimes, I guess. But it's a full commercial kitchen. We just happened to build it out of a 40-foot shipping container. It's got an exterior wood-fired oven from Woodstone and all the bells and whistles to help us manage takeout and delivery independently from the normal restaurant's kitchen. So that's been a huge help right now.
Yeah, and where is Golden at right now with your operations? What are you able to do right now?
So the current phase of reopening that we're in right now includes up to 50% capacity or a maximum of 50 people inside the building. So for us, that means 50 people inside the building and unlimited outdoor seating, which we don't have a huge patio normally. Luckily, the city and the state have been working with businesses to expand the business premises for both alcohol and food consumption. So we've added probably 6 full-service tables out in front of the restaurant, as well as we use 4 or 5 parking spaces next to the restaurant for kind of have a beer and a slice of pizza, hang out, but more of a quick service model.
Yeah.
And that's in front of the shipping container that we built.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I know you were, your operation, I mean, you guys just smash it with one location. Y'all just crush sales. You're in our Hot 100. You're in the top half of our Hot 100 with one location. How has it been just trying to adapt to going from a dine-in model to this type of a model? How's it been with your crew?
Yeah, so in addition to all of the restrictions we already kind of talked about, we also aren't allowed to do our buffet. So our claim to fame is wood-fired pizza, homemade soup, and a salad bar for one set price. So people can sit down, hand them a plate, and they just go crush some pizza and head home, and we can kind of turn tables real fast. So now people who've never even looked at our menu, I mean, we do full menu, we've got sandwiches and pastas and the whole 9 yards, are actually spending time looking at the menu. So all of a sudden our backline for these entrees and other items is getting crushed, and pizza's still doing okay, but it's not the same model. It's not really what we're built for with high volume. So it's been a huge change of pace for us.
Yeah, how are your back of house team? Are they able to kind of maintain and how is their spirits going with that?
They've been champions. They've really risen to the occasion, and I think it was probably harder when we started doing takeout because we had to lay everybody off before we had any dine-in service to speak of, and so it's basically just a management team trying to keep up with orders. And now we've pretty much hired everybody back, certainly in the kitchen, and then almost entirely in the front of the house as well. So that's taken a lot of pressure off of our core management team. And then kind of the hourly back of the house staff has really embraced it. I think, again, having a second kitchen to take some of the pressure off during those peak times in this takeout and delivery kitchen has kind of spread the workload out between people. And that's been, a huge relief going into what we still consider our busy season.
Yeah, and I know your team, man. When we had, we had that back and forth on conversation, and your team is at the heart of what you guys do. How big is your team right now?
So I'd say in a normal summer, a normal June, we'd have about 70 full-time people, including management and staff. Right now, I've probably got somewhere in the 60 people range. We haven't fully hired back bartending staff or busing staff. But in the kitchen, I'd say there's probably almost 20 or so people that work full-time right now.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah.
How has it been to kind of institute the sanitation and cleaning aspects of what your specific governor or what your localities are requesting from you? Have you found it challenging, or you find what's happening with your sanitation and cleaning?
Sure. It wasn't a huge change for us. I mean, obviously, a lot of that's kind of par for the course. But the hardest part originally was getting kind of the supply chain to keep up. We, like everybody, we couldn't get hand sanitizer and stuff like that, so we'd have to make accommodation for that particular item. But adding a few extra disinfectings, wearing the mask has been difficult for folks in a hot kitchen. But overall, kind of the disinfecting bathrooms and surfaces and door handles and that type of thing has not been much of an issue for us at all.
Oh, that's good. Let me, I want to circle back to your buffet. We are hearing from operators that as they're moving forward, they're having to kind of adapt their model and even change their models going forward.
Yeah.
Is that something that you are looking at with Woody's, or is it something where you're waiting to be able to bring that bar back?
Yeah, I think plan A is that we find this vaccine and things slowly but surely go back to normal and we can offer that buffet. But I think inevitably, things will change, and we're going to have to adapt and evolve as people get more comfortable with certain aspects of the new service. So we're trying to find ways to encourage pizza over some of those harder to prepare backline items because our kitchen space is so limited. And it's probably going to have to go back to a pricing strategy as well, because before we always offered pizza to the table, right? You want your own pizza, you don't have to do the buffet, that's fine. But we kind of tried to ratchet up prices on that to drive people to the buffet because that was really in our wheelhouse. That was our model. So now without that option, we're like, okay, do we need to reconsider how we're pricing this? How are we going to encourage people to order pizza specifically? And one of the things we've done for now, at least temporarily, is offer $1 house salads and soups brought to the table with any pizza purchase. So that's kind of, it's not a buffet, but it's kind of meeting that demand for what people are used to having when they come in.
Yeah. And was that a big change for your customer base? Are they still kind of asking for the buffet?
Yeah, huge. We still get people that just don't understand why we're not allowing that. And they don't realize that it's a state decision and not our decision.
How large is your menu right now?
Larger than it should be.
I got you.
We've been kind of slimming it down a little bit, taking off a few hard to prepare and high labor intense preparation items to try to streamline things. But we have some work to do for sure.
Oh, I gotcha. Now because you have a huge dining room, are you repurposing that space right now? Like what are you doing with your dining room?
So it's not real big. Our normal capacity is about 150 people. But we're limited mostly by 6-foot spacing between tables. So we've, removed several tables out of the dining room. We've blocked off every other booth. And unfortunately, I've had to not seat people at the bar as well. That's one of the requirements from the state. If you're preparing drinks behind the bar, you can't have people sitting at the bar. So it's been quite a change for sure.
Absolutely. Your pizza that you offer, are you doing carry out? Are you also doing delivery at all?
So delivery is new to us. Before kind of this new take on Delivery Kitchen, we never did any delivery. So we started with third-party delivery, knowing full well that's not a permanent solution for us. We're eventually going to get into self-delivery, but right now we're integrated into our point of sale with third-party delivery, as well as a new one that, from the customer's perspective, looks like it's self-delivery. It looks like it comes directly from us, but is actually delivered by DoorDash. So that's actually been pretty successful.
Okay, yeah, I was wondering what has been your experience since you're so new to the delivery model? What has been your experience with it right now?
It all comes at once.
Yeah.
Friday, unfortunately, Friday nights at 5:00, it's like, hang on to your hats. Unlike dine-in or even takeout, where you're limited to a number of people that you seat, and you kind of get a flow for how things fill up and turn. Delivery, there's no really controlling it. It all comes in when people are hungry, and if that's Friday at 5, then get ready, because 100 tickets are about to print all at once. So we've had to get into kind of throttling and adjusting prep times in advance from our point of sale system, so that people who are ordering on their end can see that it's going to take us a little time to get through that. But it's a new beast for sure.
It sounds like it. It sounds like you're having to adapt on the fly constantly with the new system.
Every single day in this last 3 months has been, adapt and evolve daily.
Yeah. How about that balance? How are you able to balance it? I mean, you're a young operator. Are you able to, I know your family is in this business with you. Are you guys able to kind of decompress from all this stress at all?
Yeah, I actually just spent Father's Day out of town with my dad, who started the business in '93.
Yeah.
He's about 5 hours away, lives on a ranch, so he's able to decompress pretty well out there. And I take things over for him here, but it's okay. I mean, I feel blessed. I feel grateful that we have the business that we do. I'm a little bit more concerned about the fall and the winter, when we can't do these outdoor tables, and if this thing surges again, what happens then? So right now things are okay. We're keeping the lights on. We're making lots of pie, but hopefully the winter we can have a vaccine or something.
Yeah. Have you already been thinking about a game plan for, if you're not able to use your dine-in like you want to, and if, this outdoor table service goes away because you're in Colorado, you don't have 4-season outdoor dining. Have you been thinking about some options of kind of where you'll go next?
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll try to address the shoulder seasons with some heating, heaters outside, and try to make it inhabitable as long as possible towards the winter. We've got 300 days of sunshine in Colorado, which is great. But yeah, when there's point, we're just going to have to dial in our staffing and dial in takeout and delivery, because there's unlimited seating at other people's house.
Yeah. Sounds like that's all you can do. Yeah. Oh, so I got to tell you really quickly, I love that you have a honey semolina dough. So real quick, let's just geek out on that for a moment. That way, tell me about this dough, because it sounds amazing. And I haven't been to your spot yet, but you're on a really tight list that we want to get to soon.
Sure. Yeah, so it's been something that was developed by my dad 27 years ago. Back when we had multiple units, and like you said, honey semolina, we found it's kind of a nice balance in the wood-fired oven. We do kind of a hand-tossed pizza, so it's a little bit thicker. We even offer local honey to put on the crust when you're done, which I know is kind of blasphemous in some parts of this industry, but people really dig it, and it's actually really good. Yeah, it's been a great pizza for us for 27 years. We've toyed with the idea of kind of changing it up and following other options and trends. And every time we dabble in that, people just say, hey, what are you doing? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We want our Woody's pizza back. So we've kept it the same.
Yeah. Now, have you ever offered multiple styles? Have you just stick with your tried and true traditional?
Yeah, we've like I said, we've dabbled in it and rolled it out to locals and regulars, and they're like, hey man, this is good, but it ain't the real thing.
Yeah.
So maybe someday, maybe that'll be part of our new model with limited seating, is to spend more time with new varieties of pizza.
Oh yeah, I gotcha. That would be good. I think that being a seasoned operator and having an establishment that's been around for so long, like the biggest thing we hear from everyone is that whole idea of staying relevant
Yes.
and keeping with the classic, but also staying relevant. How is Woody's able to do that, especially during this time when you're really trying to capture those customers?
Right. So that's going to be huge for us, especially if buffets don't come back. I know that's kind of a dated model for a lot of other buffets, but it's been kind of our bread and butter, and people love it. But we've always kind of changed our menu several times of the year to feature different entrees and sandwiches and different things that we do culinarily besides pizza. And I think that's helped us stay relevant, helped us compete with some of the other places closer to Denver in the metro area. Things like bringing in an Impossible Burger and doing something out of the box with fake meat has actually been really successful. And doing our own ricotta and doing an entree salad with seasonal vegetables and fruit and stuff like that. Those have kind of been well-kept secrets that I think we're not going to be able to keep secret any longer if we want to stay relevant.
Yeah, I gotcha. And you have a dynamite beer program, correct?
Yeah, we really do. 15 local beers on draft at any given time, all from Colorado. We've even got a dedicated cider line. We've got one of the best gluten-free breweries in the country here in Golden that we do a lot of collaboration with. We even do a fish and chips with a gluten-free beer batter from this brewery.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Oh, it's so good. You gotta have it.
That sounds awesome.
We got a whole bar program. We got voted best Bloody Mary in the Mile High City a couple years back, and this goes on. We do a bunch.
Yeah. Now, how have you been able to adapt that? Are you able to do carry out with your beer program?
Yeah, that's been huge for us. They've extended that a couple of times, and right now it's on the governor's desk to extend it for another year. So we've done almost all of that, the full bar program for takeout, which has been awesome for customers that want to feel a little sense of normal and have their normal beer and their normal pizza together, and try something new on the road, or not on the road, but back at home when they get home.
Yeah, from a customer standpoint, I can tell you that I would love to see that program go permanent, like throughout the states, because being able to do a carry out beer and pizza, it makes a lot of sense.
It makes so much sense. I'm with you there.
Yeah. Have you talked to your local officials to be like, hey, let's take this permanent?
Yeah, we've been working with the Colorado Restaurant Association, who's been a huge advocate, especially on the policy side for us. And I know they're beating that drum pretty hard.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. Well, what kind of advice do you have? What do you want to tell your fellow pizza tribe on here, about what's happening with you, and kind of what advice you would have for them moving forward?
Yeah, I think we touched on it earlier. It's every day you got to stay flexible. It's a new game. It's a new beast. And if you're stuck in your ways, this is going to be painful. And we've all had to, drop a bunch of our habits and our expectations that we've developed over how many years in this business and at this restaurant, and just go with the flow. Don't beat yourself up every time some new curveball is thrown at you, because you just won't make it alive. Just adjust and swing.
That's perfect. That's perfect to go out on. Thank you so much John, for taking a couple minutes of your day. Happy belated Father's Day to you.
Thank you.
So
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
All right. We'll talk soon. Okay. Take care.
Sounds good. Yeah, you too.
All right. Thank you.